The term overthinking or overthinker is a person who does it often and has difficulty controlling his own thoughts. Of course, what are the characteristics and how to reduce overthinking? You may be familiar with the term overthinking or overthinker, namely people who do it often and have difficulty controlling their own thoughts. It cannot be denied that when someone often experiences overthinking or thinking about something excessively, they can become stressed and even depressed. For this reason, you need to know how to reduce overthinking so that it doesn't get too carried away until it interferes with your daily activities. According to Compass, UNICEF, the state of the world's children, 2021 data shows that 1 in 5 young people aged 15 to 24 years often feel depressed, which makes them lose interest in activities. This is because when you enter the overthinking phase, anxiety, which leads to stress, and depression can disrupt your sleep and the quality of your rest time, work, relationships with your surroundings, health, and other aspects of daily life. So, what is actually meant by overthinking? According to Verywell Mind, overthinking is a condition that involves thinking about a certain topic or situation excessively, so it takes a long time to stop thinking about it. When someone experiences overthinking or becomes an overthinker, they usually have difficulty concentrating and making decisions. So, what are the signs when you are experiencing overthinking? And how can you avoid overthinking? Characteristics of overthinking. Before we get into how to reduce overthinking, let's first discuss the two types of overthinking. Apparently, an overthinker who tends to get lost in this phase more often usually has two worries, namely, worry about the past and the future. According to Forbes, overthinking is not the same as problem solving or solving problems. If problem solving is thinking hard about solving the problem, overthinking is just thinking hard about the problem without thinking about the solution. Overthinking is also different from self-reflection. Self-reflection can be healthy because it helps you gain new lessons and perspectives about yourself. On the other hand, overthinking makes you think about everything that you can't control and only focus on the negative possibilities that happen about it. Then, what are the characteristics? When someone is in the overthinking phase, they will usually show characteristics such as can't stop worrying about something. They often feel worried about things that cannot be controlled or are beyond their abilities. Consider mistakes as punishment, not for good learning in the future. Often recalls embarrassing moments in his life over and over again. Always asking what if to yourself without having the desire to try it. Experiencing insomnia results in constant thinking in the head. Likes to remember a conversation with someone and think about what should have been said and what should not have been said. Too busy looking for the meaning behind what other people say. Thinking about an incident when someone said something or acted in an unwelcome way. Dissolved in thinking about the past and worrying about the future so that you unconsciously miss what is happening now. Before entering the video, it's a good idea for friends to help support this channel by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing so that this channel will grow further in the future. And don't forget to also activate the notification bell so that every time this channel uploads a video, friends also get the notification. Thank you. Enjoy watching. How to reduce overthinking. First, recognize what triggers overthinking. Thinking too much can become a habit that you don't even realize you're doing. Therefore, the way to reduce overthinking is to start paying attention to what can trigger overthinking. Every time you start to reflect on yourself and think about the same thing over and over again, try to pause for a moment and look at the situation that is happening around you. After that, see how you respond to the situation. It is at this time that awareness arises about what situations can trigger you to overthink. If you already know and find the trigger, write the trigger in a journal. So, when you are faced with a situation like that again, you have prepared a way to respond without having to think too much. Interestingly, writing a journal can help reduce feelings of anxiety, as reported by WebMD. A medical study shows that writing online for 15 minutes 3 days a week can result in a better mental state. After 1 month, by identifying the causes of overthinking and writing them down in a journal, you will develop strategies for dealing with situations that may cause you to overthink in the future. Second, stop thinking about negative things in many cases. Usually overthinking is caused by one emotion, namely fear. So, when you only focus on the negative things that might happen, the positive things will slowly disappear and make you subconsciously believe that the situation will only bring negative things. Thinking negatively about a problem will not help solve the problem. According to the Cleveland Clinic, negative thinking will make you feel doubtful about yourself and your future. Psychologists link negative thoughts to depression, anxiety, and obsessive-compulsive disorder. Therefore, instead of just filling your head with negative things that may not necessarily happen, one way to stop overthinking is that you need to become a problem solver and find the best way to overcome the problem you are facing. Start shifting your focus to thinking about what might be right rather than what might be wrong. Third, look for positive distractions. Our brains have a limited ability to stay focused. That's what makes it difficult for someone to pay attention to everything that is happening around them at once. However, it turns out that in some situations, distraction is really needed. In the book Super Better, The Power of Living Gainfully, 2015, written by Dr. Jane McGonigal, she explains how distraction can be a powerful weapon to reduce pain and help someone forget the negative things they are thinking about. Therefore, shifting your focus for a moment can be a good alternative way to reduce overthinking. For example, keep yourself busy by meditating, doing a hobby, playing with friends, studying, or playing games. The reason is, McGonigal also mentioned how digital games can help build a person's strength and self-confidence. Because games are designed to win, that focus will make a person try to win, which will subconsciously have a positive impact on a person's self-confidence. Fourth, focus on the present. No one can predict the future, nor can anyone change the past. What you can do is focus on what you have now. If you keep thinking about the past, it will be difficult for you to move forward. Likewise, if you think too late about the future, you will be afraid to take steps. Thinking about something that won't necessarily happen will disrupt productivity. Without realizing it, you miss out on many things you can do now. Therefore, the way to reduce overthinking is to try to focus only on the present and build a strong mind to face the future. Okay? Fifth, love yourself. Overthinking often arises because a person feels they are lacking. For example, lacking in appearance, academics, work, and finances. Not infrequently, this makes people not love themselves because they only focus on their shortcomings. The most important way to reduce overthinking is to love and accept yourself. Try to always be grateful for what you have now, so that you will not always be burdened by existing shortcomings.